Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. And if that sounds good to you, I don't know if I'm even live. Am I live? Okay, just in case. While I'm waiting for my chat to come up, my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button and let's get going. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, Alyssa. Good morning, Hair Changes Color. How are you, ladies? I am not. Oh, good morning, Renee. How are you? Hope Bradford in the house. Good morning, Miss Hope. Hopefully. Mavis Washington is here. Good morning, Mavis. How are you, honey? Tina. Hey, okay, thanks, Tina. Good morning, Tina. And good morning, a day in a life in general. I'm happy to see you all. April Pen Name's in the house. Good morning, April. How are you, honey? And let's see. Yes, we are live. Very good. Thank you, Miss Mavis. I appreciate you. Okay, guys. So how's everybody feeling today? Are you feeling good? I'm real psyched. Oh, good morning, Elizabeth. How are you, honey? Elizabeth Gregory in the house. Lori Ticka in the house. Hey, Lori. Sarah Lee in the house. Good morning, Sarah. She says, good morning, Angie. Wonderful to see you. And you, my friend. Ginger Powers is here. Good morning, Ginger. Barbara is here. Hey, Barbara. Barbara says, good morning, all. So last night, the narc had the nerve to drive through the place a friend of mine saw him. He was looking for me. Oh my gosh, Barbara. Yeah, see, that's what I would call hoovering for sure. How are you feeling about that? Alyssa says, oh, we haven't seen Alyssa in a little while. How are you doing, Alyssa? She says, Angie, he's nuts. My sister's niece passed away. I asked him to be here for me. He called me selfish because he came over already over the weekend. Then he turned his phone off. Oh my gosh. See, that's really indicative of his lack of concern and his lack of empathy, Alyssa, just so you know. I'm sure you already know. How do you feel about that? How did you feel when it happened? Oh, Aja Red is in the house. She says, good morning, all. Good morning, Aja. How are you, honey? Cheryl Wooster says, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome back. Timothy Yiser. Hey, Timothy. He says, good morning, Angie. I'm feeling like every day is an opportunity for growth. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely agree with that one. Hope Bradford says, had one of those days discussing my experience of my narc encounter. All I can say is, why don't people just get it? Girl, I feel you. She says, I was actually laughed at when I told them that I would get the silent treatment. The silent treatment for declining eating something I don't want. Yeah, I've actually experienced that same thing, and I've even had them get mad at me for not liking the same movies they liked, for not wanting to eat the food they cooked or the food they had ordered at a restaurant, all that stuff. And you know what's funny about it is that people don't realize how very painful it is to us when they do those things, because they don't understand the depth of the punishment that we're going to receive. The silent treatment is absolute hell, especially if you're not familiar and you don't really understand what's going on, Yeah. Let's see here. Did I miss? Okay. Renee Goodell says, my friend had dinner with the narc last night. She told him that I was coming to visit. He wants to see me. He's still with the primary supply and it's not going well. Renee, don't do that to yourself. I mean, if you really want to, I guess you can, but I would not recommend it. Do you want to see him? Let me know. I don't really know what to think about it. Barbara said she really laughed about that situation, and I think that's good, Barbara. I mean, what else can you do? I think laughing about it is probably the best reaction you could have in this particular case. Jennifer Schroth is in the house. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing, honey? She says, good morning. I have been allowed back at home and out of the heat. My narc shattered his bone in his finger, which will require daily surgery, which means home all day long with me. Oh my gosh, honey, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad that you're out of the heat. I'm very worried about the fact that you have to deal with the narcissist all day long. Are you still working on a plan to get out, Jennifer? Let me know. Alyssa says, Angie, I felt so alone. Like, why am I the only one where my partner is never around? Then he goes, I want this relationship to be better. She says, are you kidding? Yeah, see, that's in my opinion, that's one of those deals where he's kind of pushing you um, because he can. He's kind of pushing you to, I call it the narcissistic flip. You know what I'm saying? Like they mess up and then they hurry up and turn the situation around so that you can be the one who's messing up. You see what I mean? Like, oh, I want this relationship to be better. Alyssa, are you planning on leaving him? What is your plan as you move forward? Irish Indians in the house. She says, "Good morning, tribe." Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? Barbara says, "So now I feel like I'm just waiting for him to approach me. I feel like he is feeling his way around right now." Sure, Barbara, I can see that. What are you going to do when he does? Let me know. Hannah B says, "Hey, Hannah B, how you doing?" She says, "Hi, my suspected narc is giving me the silent treatment. It's happened many times over a month now." That is, it's happened before many times and it's over a month now. Okay, Hannah, how are you feeling about that? I mean, are you thinking that you want to continue with this relationship, or what are your thoughts? I mean, my feeling is if they're giving you the silent treatment, it almost gives you the license to walk away. But I guess it also depends on whether they live in your home or not. So fill me in on your situation a little if it's okay with you. Ibby Sky says, "Good morning, everyone, and hope you're all doing well and happy." Yes, Ibby, absolutely. Thank you, and welcome back, my friend. Renee Goodell says, he proceeded to down 6 bourbons, woo-wee, during their dinner and boast about cheating on his primary supply with her best friend. He's drinking heavily again. So you don't want him, do you, my friend? Let me know. Magenta says, "Hi, gang. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing?" Alyssa says, "I needed him here to hold me." Wait a minute. I lost my spot. Hold on. Do. Okay. Alyssa says, "I needed him here to hold me. This has been so hard on my family. She's 9 years old. Oh, gosh, I can only imagine. And I asked him to come the day of the wake yesterday. And he couldn't even be there for you for that, Alyssa. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I can only imagine how painful that would be for you." Um, Abby Moldano is in the house. She says, "Good morning, Angie, everyone," and waves to Angie. Hey, Abby, how you doing? Welcome back. Tony Chavez says, "Good morning, Angie, from Miami, Florida." Good morning, Miss Tony. How are you, honey? Welcome back. Barbara says, he has a friend of mine. Wait, he had a friend of his come to walk her dogs in the neighborhood that I live in. She has never been here before. Now she's suddenly been here 3 days in a row, and all of a sudden he pops up. Interesting. Now, the friend of his, is this someone he's been romantically involved with or no? Let me know. Elizabeth Gregory says, "You are a blessing. I've learned he's a narc. I also learned I'm a codependent. You get it. 100%. You're my only support right now. 1,000 a thousand times thank you." Elizabeth, I'm so glad that we can be here for you. I know this group is amazing and supportive, and I hope that any little thing I can do to help, great. I'm glad I can help. I hope, Elizabeth, if you haven't yet joined SPAN, you should do that. Tommy D says, "Good morning, lovelies." Good morning, Tommy D. How you doing, honey? And Travis Durham says, "Good morning, my friends, and blessings, Angie." Blessings back at you, my friend Travis. How are you? All right, let's see here. I lost my spot. Here we go. Millie McLean is back. Good morning, Miss Millie. How are you today? Welcome back, honey. Renee Goodell says, "I'm not going to. I'm doing well with 9 weeks no contact. I don't want to go backwards." Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. That is the very best thing you could have said to me right now. 9 weeks no contact is something to be very proud of, and I know you've worked hard to get there. So I'm really glad for you that you're not falling for this. But I'll tell you something. You may want to be careful with that friend who had dinner with him. And the only reason I say that is because at this point, it's really going to be healthiest for you to not really hear about your narcissist and his little antics very much. So if you can let your friend know, hey, you know what, give me a little, don't tell me those things, maybe that would be good. And if your friend insists on telling you, then maybe you want to step back on that situation just a little bit. I don't know the whole deal, so I may be missing something, but it can be hard for us, early in recovery to have to hear about what they're doing, what the narcissist is up to. So Jamie's in the house. Good morning, Jamie. She says, "Good morning, beautiful survivors." And let's see, morning sunshine, beautiful survivors. SD's back. Hey, SD, welcome back. She says, "Good morning, everyone. Sending love and hugs." Back at you, girl. Sarah Lee says, "Hey, Tommy D, how are you?" Shannon O'Brien says, hello on this lovely Wednesday. Hello, Miss Shannon, and welcome back. Aja Red says, I'm having a rough time. It feels like I'm just annoying everyone. I'm sorry. It's just, this is where people understand. Feels like the whole world would be better off without me most of the time. Sweetheart, I understand how that feels, but I promise you the whole world would not be better off with you. And I know that it's just only this much help to be here, but I hope it helps a little bit. Aja, if you haven't joined SPAN yet, I'd like you to do that. I think that would be helpful for you too, because that way, even when we're not having our live chats, you can still get support pretty much 24/7 in that group, because we have people from around the world there in different iterations. So you can learn about that at queenbeing.com/SPAN. Yep. Tommy D says, Jamie B. Abby Maldonado says, hey, Jamie. And let's see here. Jennifer Schroth says, I'd leave today if I could. I feel you, girl. Jamie B says, 9 weeks, no contact. That's awesome, Renee. Bonnie says, morning, Narc Warriors. Good morning, Miss Bonnie, and welcome back. Renee says, things won't change with him. Renee, you are so right. Absolutely right. Without a doubt. Hope Bradford says, we are survivors. Let's stop being happy about the bones they throw us. We are worth more than crumbs, and we need to know we should be a choice, not just an option. So I agree with that up to, I think the thing is that I will not be an option for anybody, in the respect of a romantic relationship. It's either you want me or you don't want me. And I look at it like, if you're in a situation where, your narcissist says to you, hey, I need to choose between you and somebody else. I feel like they already made their choice, because they put somebody else in the spot to be equal to you to be chosen. That means they can't feel strongly about you, in my opinion. It's not healthy. I agree with you, Hope. Lindsay Androy is here. Good morning, Miss Lindsay, and welcome. She says, good morning. Jamie B says, hey, Tommy, welcome, Abby. Good morning, Abby. Wally's here. Hey, Wally, how you doing, honey? Renee Goodell says, thanks, Jamie B. Hair Changes Color says, yep, my narc got mad because I don't share the same opinion as him. He tried to break my instrument because I wouldn't say I loved a politician he liked. He also tried to break my car door. Crazy. Yeah, absolutely. I've experienced similar things. It's ridiculous and unacceptable. I've had a narcissist break expensive things that I worked really hard to get for similar reasons that are stupid. It's shocking. Yeah. Hold on, I lost my place. Okay, Alyssa Blackburn says, I want to leave him. Been seeing a therapist for over a month, and my agoraphobia has gotten worse. I'm crippled. Alyssa, is your therapist familiar with narcissistic abuse? Can you tell me? Do you know for sure? April says, so I'm getting over, wait a minute. April, I'm going to have to come back and read the rest of yours, because I can't see the rest of yours yet, April, but I'll see it when I come to it. Renee Goodell says, good morning to Tommy. Tommy says, the freako flip, so frustrating, not even worth engaging, drive you nuts. Absolutely, Tommy. SD says, Angie, I've decided not to tell the supply that the narc husband is stranding me and lying to her that it's mutual. I don't know her, and there are consequences for dating a married man for a year. Yeah, you're right. If you don't know her, it's not really your problem. And I hate to say that, but you and I both know that if you go to her, she's going to be like, you're the crazy one. Because what do you think he's been telling her the whole time? You're the crazy one. I promise. She won't believe you. It'll just be triggering and devastating for you. Just don't try. I think that's a smart choice, SD. Try and Stop Me, Mate. Hey, Try and Stop Me, Mate. How are you? Says, should you ever take back a narc enabler? No. Not in my opinion. What do you mean a narc enabler? Are you talking about a narcissist, or are you talking about somebody who enables you to be a narcissist? Tell me what you're telling me. Are you talking about a flying monkey? Lindsay Androy says, Hope Bradford. So true. Yep, absolutely. Shannon O'Brien says, looking back, trying to understand my childhood, I think NPD mom used love bomb to value discard cycle, similar to that described in romantic relationships. Wondering yours and others' thoughts. Yeah, they absolutely do that. That is the relationship of a narcissist in every iteration. Now, obviously, a love bombing with a mother is going to be different than love bombing with a spouse. You know, she's going to suddenly be very caretakey or very loving and out of the blue. Maybe because she has, you know, some event coming and she wants you to be nice to her and sweet and act happy, or maybe because she feels guilty for a minute, or because a number of reasons. I have one client whose mother pretty much ignored her unless she had a new boyfriend who liked kids, in which case she'd get the love bomb treatment as part of, I think, her mother trying to impress the boyfriend. So there are lots of different reasons that that can happen. Absolutely. Hair changes color says to SD, you're not obligated to anyone but yourself, and that's absolutely the truth. Yes. Nick Bro is back and says, my narc sent me an email to my attorney. I have no items of hers, just a couple of shirts and pairs of shoes, and attached the email to an unflattering email between us 2 years ago to my attorney. Typical. Is your narc the one that was going to put his new supply in your clothing, Nick? Do I remember that correctly from yesterday? Renee Goodell says, my friend also stated that now the more he drank, the louder he got, and people started looking at him. She says, I deserve more than what he is. That's good. She says, I'm not going back to receiving crumbs. Good, Renee. I'm really proud of you, and I'm glad that your friend said that. I think that's a really good sign about your friend as well, but I'm still not sure why she'd have dinner with the narc. Tommy D says, hey, Shannon O'Brien. Christina Petro says, hiya, survivors. I made it through 1 week of no contact. Congratulations. She says, I still have moments of guilt. I don't want him to be sad or angry. I know this is because I have empathy. Yes, but you have to stick to it. And I know the feeling of the guilt, but I promise you, you will not regret sticking to it. Yeah. MMH says, good morning, Angie and Tribe. Good morning, MMH, and welcome back. Candy Cook says, good morning. Coffee cup clink. Love listening to you. Very educational. Thank you, Miss Candy. I appreciate you. And I'm using the coffee cup that Jay Mimi sent me today. Thanks again, Jay Mimi. And Tommy D says, morning, Candy, clink. Cute. Travis Durham says, I believe in my heart of hearts we can all do better, friends. Surround yourselves with good people. We have to learn to let it go. Trust me, I do not have this mastered yet. It's a process. He is so right, you guys, and I think you all know it. Okay. Barbara says, no, she is the daughter to his married friends that he hangs out with. They live on 3 acres of land. No reason to come here to walk her dogs. Yeah, Barbara, I think it's real clear that she's, he's using her as some sort of a flying monkey, maybe. Let's see. Jamie B says, Christina, 1 week no contact. Super proud of you, girl. Hands up for Christina. She says, do not let the guilt get to you. I know it's hard, but let it go. She is so right, as usual. Jamie B, awesome. Thank you for supporting your fellow survivor. Mavis Washington says, is it okay if I give a narc a silent treatment when he gave me one? Yep, it is. And if I were you, I would use that time to go on ahead and move on forward. But I understand that's not always possible. But yes, it's totally okay. But be aware that they may, if you've been in a physically abusive situation with that narc, and you give him the silent treatment and you're living in the same house, he may escalate his efforts. So be aware of that and be careful if that's the case. Try and Stop Me Mate says, to hair changes color, holy shoot. I was afraid my narc mother would break my instrument the other day. Girl, hide your prized possessions. Yes, indeed, my friend. Let's see. SD says, Jamie B, hugs, girl. Renee Goodell says, yes, therapy has helped. She's an innocent flying monkey, but she's more my friend. Gotcha. She told him it's not a good idea to contact me. Good. Jamie B says, good morning, SD. I kind of got the story. So he's planning to bail on you with the new supply. How'd you find out? Oh, good question, Jamie B. Lindsay says, Nick Bro, they save all that stuff, unflattering email, etc., to use against you in the future, just like they use your insecurities and secrets, etc. Absolutely the truth. Thank you, Lindsay. Nick Bro says, his brother sold wedding rings that he forced off my fingers to another creepy couple they know in Arizona. He won't tell my divorce lawyer. Holy crap. Also, he closes his emails with God bless. Oh my gosh. Typical. Yeah, typical. That is pretty common. I think he's trying to act like he's the nice guy and you're the crazy one because that's how they like it. I'm sure your lawyer is aware that it's not the case, right? You've filled him in on the situation. Abby says, same here. I watch your videos, but I'm too shy to say too much about my situation because I'm still dealing with the narcs, family and relationship. I'm emo codependent with awful CPTSD. I feel you, honey. And I'll tell you something. Thank you, first of all. But I totally understand how that feels. And that's, I think a lot of us could know that it's a lot of us understand exactly how that feels because a lot of us, when we realize we've been dealing with a narcissist, suddenly we go, oh my gosh, this person or that person in my life was also a narcissist. And that might be part of the reason we were conditioned so well to end up with a narcissist. So, but know that you're not alone, Abby. Miss Jillian says, I just want you to know I'm here. I had to reset my modem, so good morning, and now I'm driving to work. Okay, girl, good morning, and let's join Jilly on her drive to work. Shelly Thomas says, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Miss Shelly. How are you, honey? Nick Bro says, do you have to have Facebook to have SPAN? Currently, yes, only because I can't possibly manage two groups at the same time. I mean, more than there are 16 admins for SPAN as it stands right now, and they are busy. So I don't know how I could possibly manage another place, but I have thought of doing another group on, through the Google Groups thing or something like that. We'll see. Jamie B says, good morning, Miss Shelley. Renee says, this group has saved me. Renee, big hugs and love to you, my friend. I'm so glad we could help. Tommy D says, these scoundrels try to derail us from greatness. Do not be deceived. I totally agree with that one, my friend, as always. Christy Banner is here. Hey, Christy Banner, welcome. She says, hello, I had my guy arrested. He is not allowed around my home, a condition of bond, but he is still driving by. I'm very afraid and have nowhere to go right now. Christy, I'm pretty sure that you can call the police on that one. I don't know if David H. is in, and I don't know if Jillian can respond right now, but I'm pretty sure that when you have something like it's a condition of his bond or you have a restraining order, that you can call the police. I would call the police every time he drives by. I would. Document it as well. If you can remember approximately when it happened, go ahead and write it down right now. Okay? MMH. Oh, MMH, I'm so glad you're here. Says, high five to what Hope said. Totally agree. Totally agree. Hannah B says, do narcs deliberately leave jobs and plans unfinished and plan to leave us hanging and wondering on purpose? That's a great question. And I think that it depends on the narcissist. I think there are some narcissists who are that calculating. And then I think there are some who are just that selfish. And what I mean is, I think it really depends on the level of intelligence and the level of where they fit on the spectrum, the narc spectrum. You know what I mean? Because you've got your furthest ones that are in the psychopath and sociopath range, right? And then you've got your kind of minorly toxic narcissists who just have a slight lack of empathy. So I think it just depends on where they fall on the schedule. I mean, on the spectrum. But I also think that certainly those on the further end, on the more extreme end might do so on purpose. And I think those on the less extreme end might just not think and not care. You know what I mean? So it's up in the air for me. And I guess if you could tell me some more information about that situation, I might be able to give you a better answer. But I want to tell you guys I have to leave in 3 minutes because I have an early call today. And I also have a lot to do for this summit that I'm finishing up putting together. And you guys are going to be freaking amazed when you see all the speakers and all the awesome stuff that's coming for you with that summit. All right. Anyway, Tommy D says, Christy, stalking is a felony and it'll immediately revoke his bond. There you go. Nick Bro says, hey, Tommy, would you please message me on Facebook and let me know, do you have an area of expertise in that way or how that works? Because I'm curious about that. That could be useful to me in the near future. And I don't want, okay. Nick Bro says to Hope Bradford, yes, we are more than an option. Yes, that is correct. April Pen Name says, so I'm getting overwhelmed and I'm feeling constantly angry. I'm still figuring things out, and every aha is another dagger. Where's her other? I don't see your question yet, Nick Bro, but oh wait, do I? One moment. I lost my place. I hate when I do that. Try and stop me. Okay, Here we go. Wait. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Abby, April pen name, I'll come back to your question as soon as I see it. Abby Maldonado says, but reading what everyone else has been through and tips you give Angie helps so much. Getting out of the house is not easy. I understand. I think that agoraphobia, and actually I've done some videos about this, but not specifically naming agoraphobia, but that actually tends to be a thing that happens more often than you would think. When you're dealing with a narcissistic abuser, especially in the case of a spouse. And I think part of that is because as empaths, when we go out into the world, our energy is kind of compromised because we kind of have to deal with everybody's energy around us. And that can be very overwhelming when we're so constantly exhausted by the emotional energy of the narcissist. Yeah, it's a process. And sometimes, Abby, you just have to force yourself out because it definitely makes a difference. Like if you get yourself in the car, try this. Try getting in your car with a great playlist on your phone or something and drive around the block a couple times. And if you can't do that, maybe just walk around your yard with your headphones on and get some air. Sometimes just the smallest step can help. Yeah. Freedom Lee says, good morning, Angie and survivors. Hard night because the ex-narc has treated my daughter awfully, but she's brainwashed by his sweet, mean cycle. Oh my gosh, I totally feel you on that. She's still on vacay with him. Oh, Freedom Lee. I'm really sorry that this has happened, but I'll tell you something. In a way, maybe it's okay because I know that, I'm hoping he's not going to physically abuse her. And the emotional abuse you can help her with when she gets home. I remember your situation and I totally understand. But your daughter is in contact with you and keeping you posted. So that's a very good thing. How do you mean she's brainwashed? Guardian Wolf says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Guardian Wolf. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. Jamie B says, yes, Nick Bro, Span is on Facebook. I didn't have a Facebook till last week. I made it just to join. Yeah, Nick Bro. And if you do that, just go ahead and message myself or one of our admins and let them know the situation. You can message my page and say that Angie said that you could join the group with a blank profile and that you're Nick Bro from YouTube. If you do that, I'll make sure you're in and I'll tell my staff as well. SD says to Jamie B, I took the opportunity to read their text messages on his phone. Okay, am I off? Oh, there I am. Okay. I took the opportunity to read their text messages on his phone, but he told her that I'm leaving to go live with someone, which is a big narc lie. I see. And I think I remember you telling me that yesterday, SD. And, hey, by all means, I would do whatever you can to prepare, even if that means that you need to move some money around. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything to anybody, but the fact of the matter is that, turnabout is fair play, maybe. I don't know. Shannon O'Brien says, Angie, I wanted to let you know that I found Span, was waiting when I went to Facebook to email you. I'd been watching regular email. I'm figuring out little by little. Okay, great, Shannon. I'm glad to hear it. Irish Indian says, Angie Atkinson, I'm dealing with back-to-back a-holes. Oh, I feel you. She said something that was supposed to be fun after a 5-year relationship cut me deeply in a different way with the way that happened. I kind of get that, actually, Irish Indian, and that really sucks. I think maybe you need to take some time to heal and maybe don't. I'd like to hear about that situation. I'm actually completely out of time and 2 minutes over, so I'm going to have to get off here. But here's April Penname's question. Does the intensity ever lessen? Yes, it does over time. And you have to work with intentionally managing your vibrations here. You can't just expect it to just be awesome all the time. You know what I mean? I know that sounds stupid, but you have to, it doesn't just go away. You have to intentionally choose to change the vibration and heal yourself. And so that's part of what you're doing right now by being here. So don't leave yourself, don't doubt yourself so much. Give yourself some time and start to focus on, April, I want you to think about giving yourself an end date to the mourning period, and moving forward from there. And I can't really continue to talk about this right now, but I will I will talk to you about it in a future video, and I've talked about it in previous videos as well. Christy Banner says, the police keep telling me not to let him do it. It's his house. He has a lot of money, and this is a small town. No one will help me. Oh, God. To let him do it. The police are telling you to let him drive by the house? Oh, no. I definitely want to talk more about that. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry. I need to step off because I need to go to my call, but I want to send you guys hugs and love today. As always, feel free to continue in the chat until it closes up, which is YouTube's choice when it closes. I'll be back later today with another video, hopefully, and I will also be here tomorrow for our usual session, and I should have a little bit more time, hopefully, tomorrow. Okay, and I agree with Jamie, who says, SD, what a dick! Okay, sorry. Okay, guys, hugs and love to you all. Thanks so much for being here. I'm sorry I can't stay longer today. See you soon. Thanks, as always, for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. I hope you know how much it means to me. All right, hugs and love, and I'll talk to you all soon.